You all know this is the space where we talk about all things business success, finance automation, and anything else that our partners want to talk about. So I'm going to jump straight in here today. And Johnny, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and also about the business?
Dead on, Kenny. Look, listen, thanks for the introduction. Myself, look, I'm head facilitator, if you may, here at Acorn.
Yeah.
I take down your problems and I go away and try with my utmost to help you with your problems. And what you know yourself, what some of those problems are, Kenny, in our space.
Yep.
I've been in software 10 years. And my job's simple, to help you make money or save money with those software investments, right? So right now I'm with a company called Acorn IT. We're an ERP consultancy based in Kilrea. And we're an award-winning Sage business partner. So in terms of the ERP systems we deal with, it's strictly Sage. We've been helping companies now for the last 20 years. It's our 20th anniversary this year. Our birthday actually in March, April time. There's lots of stuff going on at the minute. But we're simply helping companies modernize their front and back office systems, and we're dedicated to doing that with Sage. We work with a wider Sage ecosystem. We develop our own solutions and customizations to help companies basically enhance their systems and take that stepping stone from desktop accounting to hybrid cloud accounting solutions. That's what we do. We're facilitating that journey.
And what type of industries do you work in, Johnny?
Every industry. We're industry agnostic. Every industry needs a financial system. If we help understand your processes, understand the areas where you need to improve and modernize, we're open to listening to you, and it's all about producing a business outcome at the end of the day.
Brilliant, happy days. So that's a nice little intro to yourself. I'd love to understand. Yeah. We engaged a little while ago, just around what we do here, Lightyear, in terms of the accounts payable automation and the data extraction piece. And then you have Sage, the Sage ecosystem, which is a fantastic ecosystem. So I'd love to understand a little bit more behind the thought process from your point of view and why partnering with Lightyear is important.
Look, the way I see it, Kenny, is it's my job simply to educate, enable, and add value to not only Sage users, but small and medium-sized businesses where these solutions fit. Right? That's simply my job, is to go out there and educate, right? And why I think this partnership works is because it gives companies a choice in this digitally connected subscription world that we're being thrown into.
Yeah.
Simple, man.
Yeah, it's very true.
I can't be any more pragmatic than that.
With this wider ecosystem as well of Sage customers, and like I say, it was great to hear from you, because we've got about 300 Sage customers worldwide, and to work with partners locally as well is very important for Lightyear. So just on that note, we value you as a partner. We do appreciate the partnership, and the business itself, from where it's grown 20 years ago to now. It's a fantastic accolade for what you've all achieved. And
cheers, Ken. I appreciate that. And you know what? We appreciate the opportunity to work with you guys as well. The value that I believe that you can bring to our wider customer base is second. Looks to me like second to none.
Yep.
But it's all down to customer choice. So it's an added choice for our customers, and I can't say more than that.
And that this is the key point, and we're very open about this as well. From a Lightyear perspective, we are a perfect fit for certain customers. We have, as most businesses do, an ideal customer profile. So there is a perfect fit for the Lightyear platform, as there is with Sage 200, et cetera. So we may not work with the lower end of the field, in the sense anybody below 500 financial documents that need to be processed and automated. And there's a variety of industries that we're agnostic to, but particularly well sought after in hospitality. So customer choice, like you say, Johnny, is important. and we
Yep.
we certainly advocate that as well. Moving on to the customers, you know,
Yes.
we often deal with finance departments, we often deal with CFOs and FDs, as do yourself probably.
Yeah.
What are the two current trends that you're finding or hearing from the marketplace at the minute?
It's different horses for different courses. Okay, you know, it depends what level they're at, but certainly in terms of where I feel that they're being sort of pushed down the road, they're being pushed down, the pressures that exist is around this whole concept of the paperless office, right? And driving paper out of the office for different reasons, you know, for remote working, for sustainability and carbon emissions, to improve efficiencies. But it's mostly to retain and attract talent.
Right.
Really?
Interesting.
You know what I mean? You know, you think about it, you know, you've got accountants and, you know, guys in the back office, you know, that have been maybe there 15, 20 years. Right, and they need to resource up and stack up. So, you know, they're having to bring in these young staff. You know what I mean? And they use archaic systems, have a load of paper going about, have a load of spreadsheets going about, etc. Makes it hard to keep that talent at times, you know, and they recognize that now. And they're trying to sort of modernize that function by taking paper out of the environment and giving them tools and capacity to provide easier what the business needs. Right? So what the business needs then, this is the next point. This is where you get the finance guys to actually focus on their job, which is reporting functionality and outputs. How can we do that quicker and faster? So processing times in terms of doing all this work's reduced. The system's doing a lot of it for you. The guys can crack on and focus on improving the bottom line. That's the trends I see. That's the unspoken, but the reality of what is potentially going on. And the big leap of faith comes with the investment levels required to get your systems to that paperless office environment, because it doesn't happen overnight.
I
think but technology can enable it.
That's a very interesting twist and a very interesting viewpoint from how you go from paperless to technology to the impact on talent retention and management as well. Again, personally for myself, it hasn't been something I've ever thought about. So you've alluded to something actually quite relevant. And what we find, you know, there's a change management piece as well with technology. I'd seen a nice article recently about digital transformation. It actually came from Sage, and it was about how we transform departments, how we implement technology. And we often forget that technology is just the tool. Technology is just the solution. It's the people around the solution that actually make it work as well. And if you don't have the right people in the right places, doing the right jobs, it becomes very challenging as well.
But talent attraction, retention just doesn't sit in you know, in the operational piece or the developmental piece. You know, it exists in finance departments. You know what I mean? The finance departments are just utilizing the tools that they're given. Right. So, but you know, that part of that talent attraction is using the tools that they're given. You know, it's the same with developers. You know, you want to keep your developers and, you know, support developers and get more developers. You know, utilize the tools. They're staying in places or they're going to places where they're getting exposure to better tools. So all you're really doing by building these systems up and putting it out there is giving the human the capacity to do their job better.
I totally agree with you, and I think, you know, the automation, the combination of systems. We live in a world of a marketplace today as well. You know, we gone are the days where you have one massive solution that does absolutely everything. You know, and those systems are great at the time, but we now work and live in a modular world where we collaborate more. Humans in general, we collaborate more, and that goes for the technology as well. So the technology,
it's all about, yep.
You know, so you look at a lot of these companies that are large software houses. They now have marketplaces. And Lightyear itself, you know, we are included in a lot of those marketplaces. We are finding more and more now that there's a combination approach, a collaboration approach to combine system strengths to actually allow the end user to get more benefits. So, you know, it's great to talk about the technology.
It's brilliant.
It's nice to hear about the trends as well that you're experiencing, and hopefully it gives the viewers a little bit of an insight. So we're going to move on, Johnny, because I would love to know a little bit more about yourself, because there's people out here that I would envisage would maybe like to reach out to you at some stage, and hopefully there's some business to be done. If you were to recommend one thing for someone to do in their life, what would it be?
Thing I do, it works for me. Just stay humble and be grateful, man.
Yeah. And
blessed. Be blessed.
Stay humble, be grateful, and be blessed.
It's all part of the one thing.
Yeah, I think those are very good ethoses to have in life, particularly in business. Sales managers get a bad rep. I disagree with the rep that they have. I think we are, you alluded to it, we are problem solvers. We solve problems, we help businesses. Without the sales industry and business development professionals, business wouldn't exist. Businesses wouldn't thrive and achieve what they need to achieve. So for me personally,
people, you're right, man.
You know, for me personally, that, you know, those three things that you mentioned are very relevant to the business development industry, and a lot of people should actually take note of that, I think, as well. This would lead into our next question. So who is your business idol and why?
Business idol?
Or if you don't want to answer that, what's your favorite podcast? You pick one or pick two.
Pick one or pick two. You know, you can apply business to anything, really, because even the podcasts themselves are a business, right? And I'm going to put this out there, right? See, right now, I think Tyson Fury is a genius.
Okay.
As a business person.
Yeah.
Did you see what he's done in terms of social marketing to build up the value of this fight?
No, I haven't.
So he's fighting a guy called Dillian White. It's a heavyweight fight, right?
Yeah.
But he's took himself off social media, saying he himself personally, he's having a social media blackout, right? And he's got millions of followers, right? And he's taken a social media team to help to go and do this. And he started winding up Dillian White and all that there. But I think it's actually genius in terms of how he's handling it, because it's elevating the fight and it's creating more income. It's creating more exposure, not only for him, but for Dillian White as well.
Yeah.
Right. And in terms of, and he's quite open in terms of how he runs his business and how he does things. And he's been through a lot of stuff as well. You've seen his journey.
Yeah. And
I think credit that where credit's due. He's done a lot for the heavyweight industry in boxing. So I would just kind of look to him at the minute and go, for as much as a wind-up merchant you are and people great at you, fair play to you. You know, what you've done for the heavyweight sport of boxing is great.
Yeah, I certainly concur with that. I think Tyson Fury, from where he has been and the journey that he's been on, and the person that he has now become, is a testament to anybody out there. I think you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. You can be and come from wherever you come from and be who you are, but you can always achieve success if you work hard and if you're smart, you know.
I think the two of them is worth 300 million for this fight alone. I hope they both get a cut.
Brilliant. So listen, final question for you, Johnny.
Yes.
Business success. What do you attribute to business success?
Bloody hell. You could come off with the usual rhetoric for this, but I think simply it's ideas and resilience.
Okay. Elaborate on that a little bit.
Like you could fall over 1,000 times, right? But it only takes one idea to take you to the moon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And when you say resilience, what do you mean by resilience?
You keep getting up every time you get put down, my man.
Yeah, yeah. And how does that translate to what you're doing today? I mean, how does that translate to your business success?
To our business success, well, I think it creates trust and reputation and growth.
Yeah.
You know, it attracts more like-minded individuals, and that attraction creates a loyalty.
Yeah, sure.
And a bond, and yeah, ideas. It's just collaboration, like you say. That's breeds success.
Brilliant.
Somewhere along the line, you have to swim. You have to swim through the sharks to get there, like. But sure, you know the score.
You do indeed, you know. So, you know, in a world today, we live in a world of social media. We live in a world of attention. We live in a world where there's lots and lots of solutions, lots and lots of problems, and lots of problem solvers. And I guess where we are today, combining our strengths, the problems that we're trying to solve is manual data entry. We're trying to solve the process of getting data from one place to another in a quick and an efficient time. We're trying to automate a lot of these processes. So Lightyear was really at the start of this process and extracting all of that good information and pushing that into the likes of Sage products. And that's really where we are as a business. And I think to sum up, the whole purpose of today's video is to let the world know and to let people know that we are collaborating together. We're combining the strengths of both our businesses and our personalities and our attributes to bring to market, to bring to our customers value. And
do you know what I think is amazing, to be honest with you? You know, the value that we're delivering, you know, in terms of the local economy here, we're both based out of Northern Ireland. We're both, you know, Belfast based, delivering this value out of Northern Ireland, out of Ireland as a whole. You know, we've got offices in Dublin as well. You know, I think that's a credit, to be fair. And I take pride and I'm thankful for that. Cheers, Kenny.
Yep. Listen, Johnny, I think we'll wrap it up there.